Well, hello, friends. B2 Clicker Heroes, you know the deal. We're just kind of getting everything straightened out and getting back on track on these ascensions and playing every day. The weather's been crap here in Virginia Beach. It has been just, it was beautiful on Tuesday. Rained all day yesterday, rainy and cold and windy today. Not my favorite by far. Not my favorite by far. I'm just going to go ahead and speed this along a little bit and talk to you guys, show you some gameplay, and then maybe do an ascension at the end here. But you know, I get the question all the time. It's like, how do I maximize? How do I play the most? And that question is, it's hard. It's hard, right? Because here's what happens. Okay, we have 2 billion hero souls here from an ascension earlier today. I just, for some reason, I didn't spend them. I don't know why. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy the rest of the ancients, and then we'll talk about like why it is the way it is, right? And we're gonna talk about different specs. Like if you wanted to do a idle spec, true idle, like away, not clicking at all. If you wanted to do an active clicking spec, which is going to require you to stay in front of your PC, or do an idle auto clicker, or there's just so many ways you can play the game here. It's hard to sit and narrow this down. So let's talk about that, right? If I was going to play, I'm actually on Summoner's War looking down and setting my next battle. I always farm Summoner's War while I'm playing other games, and it's just one of those games that you can get a lot of mileage out of. So let's say that I was just going to look, we got all the ancients, I'm just going to look to play, let's call true idle. Like, I'm not going to click at all. I just want my damage to go while I'm offline. I want to sleep and have it just go all night, and then I want to get up, make a few changes, and then have it go all day. Come home from work, and you get what I'm saying, or come home from school, or from wherever you're at in your day. I want to kind of have those maximize my time away from it. And so I'm going to go true idle. You're going to need the idle ancients, basically. You're going to want Solomon always up because you're going to want to go on max hero souls for levels, right? I wouldn't even get Veigar because you're not going to be here clicking skills and cooldowns and stuff. Like, it's just not going to be something that you're going to use. I wouldn't get Sniperino because this is Lucky Strikes and it's going to be hitting these where you're not going to be home all day and you're not going to be awake at night to hit those. So don't spend a single hero soul in them. They're just not worth it for you. Cieladas, this guy is crucial for an idle spec, for a non-clicking spec, and no auto clickers, which is what I'd recommend. If you don't have any auto clickers and you're starting the game, I would go idle spec. Definitely max that out so that you can play other games, go watch a movie, and the game is just boom, running. Revolk, I wouldn't really mess with him because that's when you click a ruby out here and it doubles, and you're not going to be home to click it, so don't waste your money, don't waste your hero souls. Nagardnet, this, if you only have one or two auto clickers and you just feel like you're not getting the run for it, then buy Nagardnet and boost them up and get the percent gold for unassigned auto clickers. That means this would say 6 of 6 and they would be unassigned. Right now there's 5 assigned here and 1 assigned on Tree Beast. This could be very, very, let's update him a little bit. So you can get a 30% gold boost if you have 3 clickers and you let them go idle. So that's a pretty decent gold boost on top of what you're already getting. So Morgulus, I would just put your remaining heroes in him. So I got 26,000 in there. It's just so when I've allocated all the rest of my hero souls, I can put it in here and get a little bit extra DPS out of them. Mimsy from Treasure Chest, like that one I would raise up, and the reason why is it's going to push you up and gold to the next levels. Mammon I would get, and then we're talking just idle, and Libertas. Look at that, 200% gold. If I go up, it's 225. You can see how this is going to spiral quickly, and you want that on an idle spec. You want the extra gold. You want to push the extra levels. Like, you absolutely want to get in on that. Kumawakamaru, you can get him, but if you're going to be away from your computer for more than 4 hours, then I would not get Kumawakamaru, and I'll explain why a little bit more as we look towards the champ, the hero side, and what you're going to do there. Don't get Kleptos, you don't need him. Juggernaut, you're not going to need it because you're not clicking, you're just doing DPS, right? You don't need Heckenteer. You don't need Fragsworth. Fortuna would be nice to have. You can get that's one of you if you want. It gives you a low amount of chance to get 10 times gold. And for a relatively low amount of hero souls, you can pump it up a little bit. It's worth it. I would get Dora, though. You're going to want the extra treasure chest because you're going to boost that up. Dogcog, I mean, you can boost him up. I wouldn't worry about pumping him all the way up. He makes it a little bit cheaper to buy some of the heroes. You don't need, you need Kronos, because when you get up there to the very last 30 or 40 levels, you're going to want to have Kronos up there to help you push a little bit further before you get home and manipulate this a little bit. And I'll explain what that means later. Boss life, you're going to want this one, Bubos, which is going to be your boss life decreased, and with your timer increased, it's going to allow you to get a lot more levels while you're away. Bale you won't need, because that's an active clicking thing with critical clicks. Power Surge you won't need, because you won't be here to use these very often. And you will use Energize, Dark Ritual, and Reload, and I'll show you that in pretty good detail. Atman you want because you want more of a chance of primal bosses, and you absolutely want Argaiv here. Like, it's very critical for an offline spec, because this is what's going to determine the amount of damage you do for your heroes. And I'll show you what that means. Like, I'm at level 2000 and I'm still on Tree Beast. None of this stuff even matters. Look, 0 damage, 0 damage. Frostleaf, 0 damage. Look, I can upgrade all these and still 0, 0. Because I've got so many gilded heroes in here, 333, it's doing plus 6.7k%. So that's basically doing 6.7 million more damage than it would do. It's an unbelievable, staggering number when you just get Tree Beast pumped up. Now, you can't do this early on. Like, that's impossible, you know? And to be honest, like, you could use your auto clicker just to upgrade your levels while you're gone overnight. At least have one auto clicker. I think the first one's like 50, and you should be able to get that within a few days of playing 50 of those. And I'm talking about, like, you make dinner, you walk over, you click a ruby and get one. You eat dinner, like, go watch a movie, come back, click one. Before you go to bed, click another one, and you stack up a lot of rubies that way. You can get them very, very, very quick. Get the first auto clicker. So while you're offline, it's not auto clicking here. It's just upgrading your hero, and so you can still use that idle spec that's on there. So I just go for the shortest quest on here because I'm trying to finish my quest log. So you would just get Sid pumped to 150 and update him so that he gets. Well, actually, on an idle spec, you don't even really need Sid that much. You just want to get him started and get Tree Beast. But you know, I just go through and I hit them, and what you'll want to do is hit, like, Betty Clicker and hit 20% there, 20% there, 20% there, 20 there. You know, you don't really need to buy the click damage thing because you're not going to get it. That's just on an idle spec. And then later on, what you could do is to maximize it. In the morning, you get up, you ascend, and then you immediately set Tree Beast to go and Sid, right? Then when you get home from school or work, you click off of this, and you buy everything you can buy and upgrade everything you can upgrade, and you let it go for like another hour, and it will keep going because the level just stacks and stacks here. And then at night, you can, you know, set it again. Usually at that point, when you get up to like 4,500 or 5,000, you can flip down to Wet. You'll have him down here. I don't have him open yet, but way down in here, that's Moloch, I believe. That's Wet right there. And then Suchi. But you can get all the way down here into this area. I think that's Wet, and that's Suchi. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you can let it run overnight and max out to like level 6,500, 7,000, and then bang, like, you know, you're maximizing your run and you're idling it. You've only been at your computer 3 times for a total of like 30 seconds. So you've played the game for a minute and a half on the day, and you've already been able to ascend the next morning with maxed out hero souls. So that would be a great idle spec run, and I would use that one. For people who just aren't home. Now, if you're at home, or let's say, you know, you're going to have a couple of days off, it's the weekend, we could talk about an active spec, like just for active clicking, if you want to sit and click for a couple of hours, or if you want to do an active auto click or an idle auto click or whatever you want to play. I can show you that, and I'll show you those in future videos. But that should give you a pretty good idea of how to run the game idle and not feel like you're tied to your computer. So hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to talk about a clicker, an auto clicker spec tomorrow, and I will talk to you. See ya.